Coach will take your questions.
Coach Christian MacLeod, obviously a big moment for him with his debut today. How do you feel like he performed?
Oh, he was awesome. Just so happy to see him back out there, and been a long year since he's not pitched, and we knew he was pretty special, but now everybody else gets to see it on the main stage.
Just about everybody you've thrown out there outside of Riley, I think first-year guys last couple of days. How have you seen them react to getting their first opportunities on the mound in the SEC?
We've had a little good and a little bad. It's just getting out there and pitching relaxed. I thought Christian was great, but I thought Will Bednar was good today, especially early. Probably put a little too much on him, run him out there for the third inning. But we're trying to get him, spread out a little bit more too. So it's that time of year where a lot of pitch counts and things are coming into it. But they've been pretty good for the most part. And Riley was the old veteran. We felt like we went opposite of yesterday. But he pitched really good.
Cameron and Tanner's bats for freshmen, they're really coming through the first couple of days. That kind of surprised you how the good start they've gotten off to at the plate?
They've been pretty good in spring training. They were really good today, so it was a big boost for us. Tanner wasn't in the lineup today, so, helping out with getting, not having Tanner Allen. But those two young guys were pretty good.
What's Tanner Allen's availability for tomorrow?
Not sure. It was sore knee today. So, but just playing the outfield, moving around and running early in the year, we just didn't want to take a chance on it. So I'd say 50-50. I'm probably being optimistic.
Was that related to the foul ball he
ball
off the yesterday?
Yeah, that's what he fouled it off right into his knee. So
Christian was obviously pretty composed out there. It seemed like he was pretty quiet and just sort of went about his business. Is that his general demeanor? Is he generally pretty low-key?
That's usually him. That's him. So that was, he was a big-time recruit coming out of high school. Unfortunately, he just disappeared last year when he got sick. But he is he's a real dude. So and watching him compete today was a lot of fun, especially against a left-handed lineup like that.
What was Christian's last year, you mentioned, like from your perspective, just kind of watching him, not be able to, because he was supposed to be this guy last year, but,
right.
That kind of gets taken away from him and he's got to work back up to this point. What was it like for you to watch that?
Well, it was tough, tough at times because, it's hurting those guys not to be able to play. Any of your red shirts you hate it for, it's a tough time of year. Last week was the hardest for me because you got to tell some kids, hey, we're going to do this and that, and now we have him Christian, but man, he works. He's gotten after it. He's changed his body. He's here every day and putting in the work, and you're seeing it out there between the lines.
You let him go a little beyond what you let JT go yesterday, pitch count wise, and things are just a little warmer. So
he was ahead of JT though. He's been ahead of JT. The last 4 weeks for us, the Friday day has been the coldest day here in Starkville, and so Saturday's gotten really nice. I keep joking, JT, you must like pitching in cold weather but when you're a Friday guy, just getting him, JT's had some tougher outings to go through, and Christian's is just a little bit ahead. Not a lot, but 15 to 20 pitches, but that's an inning or two.
Will got a few innings for you today. Is that kind of the role that you see him in, kind of a long relief role?
Right now, just trying to get him out there and get him loose, but he's got real stuff. You probably saw a little bit of it today. He didn't land his breaking stuff as well as he usually does, but I think he could swing into game, midweek starter. He can do a lot of different things.
Just to clarify, what was Christian's pitch count today?
77 maybe?
Give or take. Yeah.
Is that?
He finished at 77.
77, I was right. So yeah, 77.
Riley Self's had a long road back as well. What was it like to see him go out there and have a solid outing?
Who was that?
Riley Self.
Oh, Riley Self. Yeah, he was great, and especially after you get the call overturned, and but just pound the ball in the strike zone. His arm's been working better the last couple of weeks. He's had some ups and downs with his velo, but his velo's been pretty good lately.
I know they like to run the bases. Wright State, they did a lot of stealing yesterday. Do you think that Logan kind of got their attention yesterday when he gunned the guy down to second? I know they didn't have a lot of chances.
Right.
As much as
I think that's probably more of it than anything. They're going to run on anybody. That's just their mindset. We've had a chance to pick off some guys. Our pitchers have made some adjustments there. Logan is a really good thrower, so that's the piece that you're going to get. But I still think they'd run. If we give them, I think we gave them 8 or 9 freebies yesterday, they would have been running today too if we'd have given them to them. It's probably more about Christian not giving up any base runners and us having a lead.
How big was the extra 2 runs in the fourth because they came back with 2 later? Just getting that extra 2. At that
I think that's, just expanding those games. Like I told our guys, I thought we swung it really well. We had about 4 or 5 lineouts on the day in some big situations that could have really expanded that game. And they bring back Westy's homer, but we hit a couple balls really hard and didn't have a lot to show for it. They defended really well today.
You've kind of gotten what you expected from your first 2 guys. Now you got Sarantola tomorrow. What are you kind of expecting from him, or what do you want to see from him? And that's
pound the zone. Just hopefully he follows what Christian did and runs out there and pounds the zone and has some fun. He's got electric stuff. Just got to get out there and compete.
Where is he at pitch count wise? Around where JT is?
Nah, probably a little farther ahead than that. They're probably up there where Christian was today. So that's the norm.
Coach, as far as Logan Tanner goes, you said one of the biggest questions coming in this year that a lot of people had about him was his ability at the plate. But today he goes out there and he's 3 for 4 with a home run, a double, and a single. How big were the strides you think he made today in proving or disproving what people said about his ability at the plate?
Well, I think it's a lot about confidence. You know, you saw it as the day went on. I think his confidence grew. I think that first home run was a 2-0 count. Got a good fastball. Then after that, he just became a lot more aggressive during the day. So confidence is big in our sport, and I think you saw a little bit of that with LT today.
That's 2 straight days now that you've gotten a lot of production from the bottom of that lineup. I mean, I know it's just 2 games and it's early on, but I mean, how much confidence does that give you and where your sort of lineup's at?
Well, it really is, and I know Foscue, Westberg, and all them, but man, our guys, it's really hard to make a lineup right now. You're really trying to space your lefts and rights and runners around because there's not a huge difference in what they've done for the last 6 months for me. I mean, and you can tip your hat to Coach Gotro and everything else. We develop hitters here. And, man, with just some of those guys down there are as good as what we got. I mean, we've been working on Cameron's, or I say we, Coach Goat's been working on that high fastball he hit off the wall. They've been working on that daily, trying to get him a little shorter to that ball, and he hits it off the top of the wall in the first. It's fun to see us work on something and then it come out in the game. And, I'm happy for Cam and for Coach Goat.